Hi, everybody. Welcome back to In the Cards and Stars. We are doing a live podcast episode chit chatting about The Devil Wears Prada 2. And we're going to be reading some birth charts, particularly for Anne Hathaway. We're going to talk about the crazy conspiracy theory that Anne Hathaway and her husband, Adam Schulman, are actually the reincarnated Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway. And what else? We're going to talk about fashion and branding as well, because I mean, what better time to talk about the astrology of fashion than when we're discussing the Devil Wears Prada 2? So we're going to get into all of that. Say hi as you guys come on in here. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm not necessarily going to be like taking requests like we do with some live streams. We're going to do another one of those in a few days. But I just thought it would be more fun to hang out with you guys while recording this podcast episode. Y'all know how I get. I've just been like traveling and stuff. And I was like, I would rather hang out with the tea timers than record this alone by myself in the office. So let's do it together and chit chat. I would love to hear what you guys think about The Devil Wears Prada 2. Have you seen it? If you haven't, I don't know. I'm going to be there might be some spoilers. I was going to say I won't give any spoilers, but I kind of think I might have to if we're reading the birth charts. So please be warned. Hey guys, how's it going? All right, it looks like we had Sage in here, Lauren A, Chrissy, Nelly. Hey guys, how's it going? All right, you guys. So I'm wearing my Devil Wears Prada 2 outfit. I wore this to the theater. Yes, I went all out. I actually found this skirt online. I'm very proud of this find. So I Googled like 90s vintage Moschino. Now, I'm not sure if this is, I'll be candid. I'm not sure if this is real or fake because it wasn't as expensive as I think a vintage Moschino skirt would be, but it has a little like devil tail. So I got it months ago for the Devil Wears Prada. I love this movie. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys. Isn't that cute? Oh my God, obsessed. And then I wore these because you gotta have a little fun with it, right? I was really channeling the Devil Wears Prada energy. So I had a good time. Lawyer Moog and I went actually yesterday. We were able to catch like an early screening here in Kansas City. And I got a keychain. Yes, I'm that person. We got a popcorn bucket. You guys, they had a popcorn bucket there that you had to pre-order. And it was like a purse with popcorn coming out of it. You know, I would have bought that. Like, I was like, that looks so fun. So anyway, this movie is a movie that honestly shaped me 20 years ago. Man, I remember being like, that's what I want to do someday. I want to work in fashion and be glamorous. Of course, you know. And what's crazy is I felt like this movie was very full circle. First of all, it came out on the Scorpio full moon. So, dealing with themes of transformation, I do think the astrology had something to do with it. For me personally, Scorpio rules my 10th house of career. And I'll be honest, you guys, it really did have like a huge impact on what I wanted to do, what I, wanted to dream about and become one day. And I felt like it was pretty full circle, which is exactly what the Scorpio full moon is about. And I really connected with Andy's plight of trying to figure out how to talk about things that you care about while also being entertaining enough so that people watch and then also wanting to contribute something to the world. I mean, I was like, this movie, you did it again. You got me. So I loved it. What did you guys think? Did you see it? Chrissy saw it. Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it? Let me know what you guys thought. Oh my God. And a little personal note, you guys. So last year, Michael and I went to Italy. I told you guys about it. If y'all have been tea timers for that long, shout out. Michael loved it too. There he is. Lawyer Moog popped in. So I had to show you guys this. So during the movie, there is a scene where Emily is meeting with Donatella Versace and Andy shows up. Of course, this is when they're doing their little scheme. I don't want to give away too much. I know a lot of people still haven't seen it, but they're doing a little scheme thing. And Michael and I recognize the restaurant. So we've been to this restaurant. I'm going to put this little thing up on screen here. This is the restaurant, you guys. If anybody ever wants to go, if you find yourself in Milan, we were recommended this restaurant by the super nice people, David and Tatiana at the Milan Christian Louboutin, where I designed these for Christmas. Hold on, I gotta show. I've shown you guys this before, but I feel like this is all about the astrology, the astrology and fashion of it all today. So first of all, this little bag because it's zodiac. I designed custom zodiac Louboutin shoes. Haven't worn them yet, except for a photo shoot. And I don't know when I will wear them. Maybe on my birthday. I don't know. They're too pretty to wear, but these are Aquarius shoes. I designed them for my rising sign. See a little that, a little this here, and then a little custom thing, special, whatever. I love it. This was like one of the most exciting, fun fashion moments of my life. So it was cool to get to do that with Michael. We had so much fun. And then they recommended that we go to this restaurant. Here's some pictures of us at the restaurant. There we are, loving it, living it up. That's my full outfit. That's the food. I mean, it was so good, you guys. So it's actually real. This restaurant wasn't just a prop. This is actually a fashion favorite in Milan. So if anybody ever finds himself in Milan, you want to go to this place. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but that's it. That's the Instagram. And yeah, you can check it out. It was really, really amazing. And the food was delicious. The ambiance, the environment, everything about it was just next level beautiful. I love Milan so much. So does Michael. And let's talk a little bit about Anne Hathaway's birth chart now. Okay. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Bespoke. Yes. Thank you, honey. Oh, okay. Chrissy says, I thought it was not what I expected. I was expecting more. Okay. Interesting. Encrusted with jewels. Yes, dear. Michael Jordan, Meryl Streep, William Dafoe, Adam Sandler. Yes, we looked at their Instagram today. Michael and I were going down memory lane and we were like, wow, all these people have eaten at that restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant. It really is cool. Oh, thank you so much, Sage. I appreciate it. I had fun with it. All have been there. Yes, it was a good time. It was a really good time. Okay. So, my 2 cents on the movie, I loved it. I thought it was great. I felt like it was very full circle. I felt like it was realistic for people working in media. So much is changing and has been changing really since 2020. A lot of redundancies and people having to find their own way in the industry, things shifting. I mean, that part was all very real. I thought that the whole story arc was great. Honestly, no notes. I loved it. I told Michael, I was like, this is definitely added to my list of favorite movies. So I thought it was fantastic. I loved everything about it. Great movie. I would see it again right now. So let's talk about Anne Hathaway's birth chart. Okay. Now, we were talking about Zara Larson's Venus and rising sign because we were getting into the branding of it all, if you guys have seen that. And I was thinking about how when it comes to fashion and personal style and owning your magnetism, making your own mark on the world, it's not necessarily about the designers that you wear or how much you spend, but it's really about being creative and making sure that you capture your own essence. And that's what I think fashion is. That's what I think style is. And there's no better way to do that than by understanding your birth chart and what really brings out your own unique magnetism and beauty. So I thought we should use Anne Hathaway as our example, as she is a fashion icon. And I thought this was a great photo for her. So this picture, I think, really does demonstrate some of the things that make her so beautiful in her birth chart. We want to look to her ascendant, which is Sagittarius, a fire sign. So, fiery colors like this red dress are absolutely perfect for anyone with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries rising. It's really your power color. So, beautiful, well done. We can see it really, really suits her. I want to make this a little bit bigger on screen. There we go. We can see it really suits her. Also, the flare is really fun because for Sagittarius, they are known to be fun and philosophical and the optimist. So kind of bigger than life, larger than life. And I feel like the shape of this dress really does point to that. It's kind of like reminiscent of the Jupiter energy because it's a little bit exaggerated. And then we know that she has her Venus in Scorpio. And I feel like this neckline is a little bit scorpionic. She has a little bit of a fitted bust line in at the waist, and she has that beautiful dark hair. So to me, this is a great example of blending your Venus sign and your rising sign to get a look that is really uniquely you. So loving this. And then let's look at a couple of other things that she's worn during this press tour. So she also is killing it in a very Scorpio dress. Now, in this look, we can see that she's not so much bringing out her Sagittarius rising, except for one thing. Sagittarius is known for having really strong, beautiful legs because Sagittarius is associated with, the horse or like the centaur. So I do feel like she has a leggy look here. So that is a nod, even though, it's not like an overstated Jupiter kind of thing. We're not seeing any crazy colors or anything too unexpected, but I do feel like she is still bringing in the Sagittarius ascendant by showing off her beautiful legs. It's kind of a shorter skirt. And then, of course, this is very Scorpio. I mean, all black, down to the shoes, like it's like a head to toe black look. And yeah, it's giving mysterious Scorpio, a little bit dark, a little bit broody, kind of a sexy neckline. I love it. So, another example of her just doing it very well, blending those two elements. Hi, Abigail. How's it going? Oh, Chrissy, that's so sweet. I love your creativity on your shoes. That's so nice. I wanted more. More of the movie or more from, like, the story? Babalu says, "Tea time." Yes, pinkies up, guys. It's tea time. We shall be sipping. Chrissy says, "Yes, I agree with you and what you feel comfortable." Yeah, we gotta do what makes us feel comfortable for sure. Okay, now this look, I love Anne Hathaway. This is not to be unkind. All of us have worn an outfit from time to time that we're not like, we're like, this maybe isn't our best or most favorite outfit. I've been cleaning out my closet, you guys, during Taurus season because it's my fourth house. And I'll tell you, I found some real winners in there. And by that, I mean they went straight to the donation pile. I was like, why was I ever wearing this? So it happens. Okay. We've all been there. But I'm just going to say if we look at this outfit that she has on here, this is an example of what happens when we decide to throw caution to the wind and not listen to our ascendant and Venus combination. Um, yeah, we don't get any like mystery here. She's hiding her body. We can't see her legs, which we're kind of we're losing sight. I like who would this be? Who would this suit? This because it's so billowy and because of the blue color, maybe like, oh, someone with Cancer, like a Cancer Venus or Cancer rising, this would look good on. Somebody with Pisces, very fluid. So I feel like this is more water sign. And then the skirt could be maybe, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe no zodiac sign should be subjected to that skirt. Okay, moving on. Sorry, Ann. We love you. Okay, now this one, I was on the fence about this look. I was like, I could see the kind of Ronald McDonald look being maybe Sagittarian, like fun, a little bit of fun optimism. I mean, if anybody can pull it off, it's her. This one I was on the fence. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is, enough of the Sagittarius energy to be pulling off the rising sign look, or do we feel like this was a little bit off the mark? Would love for you guys to get in on the fashion critic criticism in all in good fun for the Devil Wears Prada too. Okay, I need a little sip of my own personal tarot tea. Need some energy. How's everybody been, you guys? What's new? Did y'all have a good week? How are we feeling at the Scorpio full moon today? Anybody feeling the vibes? Any full circle moments for you guys? Are we feeling like we're getting clarity? Are we transforming? You guys are members or patrons. Keep an eye on the page tonight because I'm talking about what this is bringing for all 12 rising signs. And it's bringing a lot, guys. It's bringing a lot. Hamburglar. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Lawyer Moog. Of course, we would be on the same page with that. A little too mime clown for me. Yep. Okay, Lauren. Love it. Agree. That was well said. A little too mime slash clown. Look at us. Now we're fashion editors. Oh my God. Too funny. Okay. So that's our little fashion portion. Now I want us to talk about something a little wild. Wait, Babu says, my birthday was yesterday. Still celebrating this weekend. Oh my God. Happy birthday, Babalu. Babalu, we have to pull a Britney Spears Oracle card for your birth for like this solar return. Like, what is your archetype for this new year? Okay. And then we're going to talk about the conspiracy theory with Anne Hathaway and her husband. People think there's some reincarnation going on. I was skeptical, but after looking into it, I kind of believe it. So I want to pull cards on it. And I want us to talk about it. Okay. So let's see for Babalu. What is your Britney Spears Oracle for this year, Babalu? What is coming your way? Let's see. What are you embodying with this fresh new year in front of you? Ooh, okay. This one jumped out. I was going to take the other one, but it said nope. You are the artist this year. I love that. Associated with number 5. 5 is the number of freedom and creativity. So I'm already loving this. Okay, here's your archetype energy. The artist. Britney's artistic talents aren't limited to music. When she isn't working, she loves to get in touch with her inner Van Gogh and spend some time at the easel. One of her flower paintings sold for $10,000. Whew. And proceeds went to benefit victims of the 2017 shooting in Las Vegas. Just as she does with music and dance, Britney uses art to express herself and never takes her work too seriously. Unlock your creativity and see the world in bright, vibrant color as the artist. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, well, it sounds like you're going to have a very creative, exciting year ahead. So enjoy, get that creativity flowing, Babalu. That sounds fun. Oop. Okay, guys, here we go. The conspiracy theory of it all. Let me pull this photo up on screen and I need you to weigh in. Am I crazy or is there something to this? Oop, wrong one. Hold on. Not the Hamburglar. Okay. All right. Take a little peep at this. Have you guys heard of this? Anybody else? There is a crazy conspiracy theory that has been floating around on the internet for quite some time. And of course, it's resurfaced with the Devil Wears Prada 2 press. And here's what it is. So this is Adam Schulman on screen right here, Anne Hathaway's husband. And then on the right, that is William Shakespeare. The two people at the bottom of the photo. On the left, we have modern day Anne Hathaway. And on the right, we have Anne Hathaway, who is actually William Shakespeare's wife. Now, people think that it is very possible that Anne Hathaway and Adam Schulman are the reincarnated versions of William Shakespeare, who, as we know, wrote Romeo and Juliet. They're reincarnated spirits here in this life to be together yet again. And you may be thinking, that sounds absolutely insane, but wait till you hear about the strange coincidences. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. We'll start here. The name connection. This is the most obvious, right? So Anne Hathaway shares the exact same name as Anne Hathaway, who was married to William Shakespeare in the 1500s. The modern Anne Hathaway ended up marrying a man named Adam Schulman. Okay. William Shakespeare is traditionally celebrated as being born on April 23rd, 1564. Anne Hathaway, the actress, was born on November 12th, 1982. The connection that fans cite here is that Shakespeare died on April 23rd, 1616. The same date is often framed as both his birth and death day, according to this theory, marking a symbolic cycle. Okay, I do think that's kind of weird that William Shakespeare was born on April 23rd and Adam Schulman, or no, I'm sorry. Oh, wrong way. He was born on the 23rd, died on the 23rd. Hold on. You guys, this is why you can't have ChatGPT pull your facts. I was like, bring me up all the facts because I watched a bunch of videos on it. That was what? Sorry, guys. Ugh, strike that. He was born on the 23rd and he died on the 23rd. Hold on. When is Adam Schulman's birthday? This is why, you guys, we can't trust AI to rule the world. I think Adam Schulman, what they're trying to say is he was born. Okay. So Adam Schulman was born April 2nd, and William Shakespeare was born on the 23rd. Okay. That, I don't know. That one's a little shaky to me. What do you guys think? I don't think that's really, that doesn't make much sense. But it is sort of weird that he was born on the 23rd and died on the 23rd. It does seem like, at least for William Shakespeare's life, he lived a very full circle life. Maybe that was like a life well lived. So interesting. There's a quote that, oh, Sage says, cool, that's interesting. I'm sad. Okay, Sage, I'll do a better job trying to get these facts to you. There's a quote that people often bring up. Now, this is unverified, but there are many different sources that say that this was something that William Shakespeare did say to Anne Hathaway. Life is too short to love you in one. I promise to look for you in the next life. Okay, that's pretty romantic. That's pretty beautiful. And if in fact they have reincarnated, I mean, that's pretty interesting. It's like he kind of called it. So there's also another interesting thing. This is the one that kind of got me the most. So Anne Hathaway's birthday is actually the 400-year anniversary of Anne Hathaway and William Shakespeare's like wedding or their marriage. It's like when it's celebrated. I think that's kind of crazy. So we have that. We have the namesake being the same. We also have kind of a crazy resemblance, at least between Adam Schulman and William Shakespeare. For me, I really see it in the eyes. Like, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds? Okay. So then I was thinking, how can we try to figure this out using astrology? So I wanted to look at Anne Hathaway's 12th house because the 12th house can tell you about like your past lives, right? So if we look into her, Sage says they look a lot alike. Okay, Sage, right? I see it too. I feel like 2 coincidences is a lot. 3 is maybe getting a little crazy. Like the fact that they look alike. She was born on the anniversary of um, the wedding of Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway, and then like the names being the same. I just feel like that's like a lot. That's a lot of coincidence. Okay. So if we look at Anne Hathaway's 12th house, her 12th house is actually ruled by Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio is death and rebirth. I'm just saying, if I had to think about what would be the 12th house that would be most symbolic of someone reincarnating, I would have to say it's got to be a Phoenix rising. You got to have Scorpio ruling your 12th house if you are reincarnating. I really think so. I mean, that's what I would pick. All right. And not only that, you guys, but she has a stellium in her Scorpio 12th house. The veil is thin for Anne Hathaway. She has her Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in her Scorpio ruled 12th house. That to me, I mean, everybody who is into astrology here, let me know. What do you guys think? I know a lot of you guys study astrology. What do you guys think about that packed Scorpio 12th house if we're talking about reincarnation? I'm going to say, yeah, that. And then Jupiter being there, that's like a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of past life energy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not so much Anne, though. I know. I agree. So, another fan theory that's been circulating, and again, this one's unverified fully, but it's fun to talk about and interesting to think of. So, there's another, you know, alleged quote or story that basically says that when Anne Hathaway, like the 1500s Anne Hathaway, lived and was married to William Shakespeare, she was kind of in the, behind the scenes. He was the famous one. He was the applauded, author and artist. And allegedly, people think that he said in the next life when we reincarnate together, you will be the famous one. So that people are saying like that's why she's the actress and he's sort of the one behind the throne this time or behind the fame. I mean, it's so interesting to think of. It really is. So maybe she reincarnated this time with the looks of an actress so that she could like fulfill that. I know we're getting pretty deep into it, but I kind of see it. So I want to pull some tarot cards and see if we can get a little more info on if there really is any truth to this theory whatsoever. I feel like this is a very like Halloween kind of reading. And I mean, on the Scorpio full moon, like what better time? Also, she does have a full moon tonight in her 12th house. Hmm. Another theory is that they're time travelers, which that one is just I'm more like leaning into the reincarnation than the time traveler thing. Aw, Sage says William Shakespeare does sounds to have been a true romantic. LOL. Right? Isn't that so romantic and sweet? I agree. Okay. So allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, is there any truth to the theory that Anne Hathaway and William Shakespeare reincarnated into modern day Anne Hathaway and Adam Schulman? All right. I'll try to tap in here. Let's see what we can get. The 9 of Swords. Ooh, look at this. This is a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. 9 is also the number of death and rebirth. Oh my God. Death and rebirth. 9 is about transformation. It's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a cycle. Oh my God. Okay. And if you look at this card, the swords are going all the way around the head. Like someone's doing a lot of thinking, a lot of communicating. This really leans me in the direction of a yes. Also, this can be someone in a state of intense anxiety about like loss. Hey, Alex, how's it going? How you doing? How was your week? Don't mind us. We're just reading, doing a tarot reading to see if Anne Hathaway and Adam Schulman are the reincarnated Shakespeare and former, or the Anne Hathaway that lived in the 1500s. It's so hard to keep the two Anne Hathaways straight. Okay, next one. Let's see. What else can we get to clarify this 9 of Swords? Ooh, this one was jumping out. The Ace of Wands, passion. Guys, 9 energy, passion, a passion that transcends all time, that transcends cycles. This is a yes energy for me, you guys. This is a yes. This is giving strong yes reincarnation. Okay, let's pull a card for how Anne Hathaway feels. The current, or actually, no. There's a Scorpio full moon tonight. So let's tap in and see if, with the protection of the Archangel Michael, what does the 1500s Anne Hathaway think about William Shakespeare now? Oh my gosh. Yes, Alex, isn't that wild? We're just doing spooky things of the Scorpio full moon. You did? Sage says, yeah, even I got goosebumps on the Ace of Wands. Eee. A passion that transcends all. The ultimate passion. It is very Romeo and Juliet, isn't it? The woman doesn't age. I know she doesn't. That's why people are thinking that she's a time traveler. She is a vampire. I'm telling you, you guys, when I was watching The Devil Wears Prada like 2, I was just like thinking, wow, she really looks the exact same. I mean, that's pretty wild. Okay. Either she's a time traveler or she needs to drop the skincare routine. You know what I mean? Okay. What else? What else? We want to tap into the 1500s Anne Hathaway. How did she feel about William Shakespeare? How does she feel about him now? The Queen of Swords. Ooh, I wonder what their relationship was like. I'd be so interested to know. Was she sort of like the This is intense. Was she sort of like the more dominant one? Does anybody know their lore? This is very interesting that we have the same character in the Nine of Swords as in the Queen of Swords. Did he pass away first and she was left feeling sad? Maybe she's the one that is responsible. Hold on. We need the elevator music. I need to know who passed away first because this would indicate that he passed away first. Let's see. Did Anne Hathaway outlive? Yeah, Shakespeare. Let's see. Yes, Anne Hathaway outlived her husband, William Shakespeare, by 7 years. Shakespeare died in 1616 at age 51 or 52, while Anne Hathaway died August 6th, 1623 at age 67. She was buried next to him in Holy Trinity Church, Stratford upon Avon. They were married for 34 years. Oh my God, from 1582 until his death in 1616. Following his death, Anne remained in their home, New Place in Stratford upon Avon. Interesting. Okay. So that would be consistent with him passing first. It was like she then was in this Queen of Swords energy. This is sort of a bit of a hardened energy though. Maybe they had some tension. Um, hmm. And she's a Scorpio. I know, right? She's a Scorpio. There's the Scorpio full moon today. She has a Scorpio stellium. Let's see. Was Anne Hathaway, was she like kind of like a little bit of a tough person? Let's see. What was the personality like? What was the personality of Anne Hathaway? Let's see. Let's see if this card is correct. Okay, little is known about Anne Hathaway, who lived from 1556. I'm sorry, 1556 to 1623, about her actual personality. For historical speculation, generally, she's characterized either as a devoted, strong willed, that would be the Queen of Swords, guys. I think we're tapping in. I think we did it. That's so crazy. Strong-willed manager of the Stratford household, or in fictional portrayals as a manipulative older woman. Queen of Swords could totally be that type of person who trapped young Shakespeare. I don't think she trapped him. I think he loved her. But I do think that she had this kind of Queen of Swords energy. My hand is open with one hand, but there's like a disciplinarian, but I also am holding the sword. So I don't think that she has changed in all of these years. She was likely practical, managing family affairs while he worked in London. That is so consistent with this. As a mother of three and wife of an absent husband, she likely handled the accounting, budgeting, and raising of their children, despite probably being illiterate. Wow. Dang. So interesting. Okay. So I do think that we've tapped in. I do think that she was a Queen of Swords energy. There was a real passion with the Ace of Wands that transcends time. And the Nine of Swords is an opening and closing of cycles. I mean, that's what nine energy is. Okay. What are you guys saying? Honestly, she's also giving witch. Oh, for sure. For sure. Current Anne Hathaway. Oh my God, I just totally remembered, Britt. You're a Scorpio moon, right? Yes, I am. In the 10th house. So it is, I am having a full moon. And I did have an interesting day, I will say. A very interesting day where a lot was brought to light. I've been working on some projects behind the scenes. How are you doing with this full moon, Scorpio? Alex, you're so sweet to ask. Thank you. Well, I've been working on a project that's very important to my heart, aka my moon, my Scorpio moon. And it has been quite the journey. There's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You guys know about my passion for animal rescue. I have been trying to get to the bottom of some situations, trying to just dealing with all this crazy stuff from politics to just people who I don't see eye to eye with, to suffering. And I mean, a lot of Scorpio themes, to be honest, and trying to figure out, how to help and what to do. And I had a real breakthrough today at the Scorpio full moon. I connected with somebody over the weekend when I was visiting Dallas who has been doing kind of what I want to do for a really long time. And she's a real insider. And she, in Scorpio moon fashion, revealed things that were hidden to me today that really helped me to understand and have a new perspective and find a way forward. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So I'm so grateful to the Scorpio full moon for finally illuminating what I need to know. So, it was helpful. um, and you look phenomenal, Alex. That is so sweet. Oh my God. Thank you. I also have my Venus in Scorpio. So that's probably why you said that. Because, Venus in Scorpio, probably getting compliments on the full moon. You're so sweet. Come on, Queen. Oh my God. Oh, it's so sweet. You are making me blush. Love it. I love it. Y'all are the sweetest. We have the best group here. And Alex, you are precious. Okay, so I'm going to say this is a yes, you guys. This is a crazy yes. Now, should we do a little bit of reading on the current Anne Hathaway now that we know that she, in fact, allegedly is the reincarnated, the reincarnated Anne Hathaway? Um, you know what? We got that she's a Queen of Swords. I am curious about one more thing before we move on to the current Anne Hathaway. I would like to know about William Shakespeare's energy. Okay. We started with The Devil Wears Prada 2. I didn't realize it was going to take us this far down this rabbit hole, but here we are. I think it's the Scorpio full moon of it all. Usually I'd probably stay lighter on the surface, but I'm just feeling like diving deep into the taboo, the hidden, the macabre, the creepy. So we're going to go there. William Shakespeare. Anything about reincarnation for entertainment purposes only? Wink, wink. Aw, thank you, Michael. Love you. Let's see. You look like you belong in the Devil Wears Prada 2 movie. Oh my God, Alex, manifest it. Let's manifest it. Maybe the Devil Wears Prada 3. I would love to be in that. William Shakespeare's energy, guys. The Wheel of Fortune. Look at this. So this to me looks like a symbol of also the Wheel of Life because we're asking about reincarnation. Do I think definitively, you guys, do I think that this reincarnation theory is true? I'm going to have to say yes. I really do. As crazy as that sounds, I really think so. And you know what? I actually hope so because how romantic is that? Ugh, what a precious, precious story. I also saw Anne Hathaway being interviewed on the Drew Barrymore show. Of course, Drew Barrymore, inappropriately, in my opinion, was like holding her leg. Look at the clip, guys. It's I would be like, excuse me, please get out of my crotch. She had her hand like it was a lot. Okay, it was a lot. Um, that Drew Barrymore. She's got the Pisces energy flowing, just flowing everywhere. Um, but when Drew asked Anne Hathaway about her husband, she brought like his photo up and Anna was like blushing. And she was like, "So after 15 years, like you're still blushing talking about your husband." And I was just thinking, like, this is the kind of love that would be reincarnated. Do you know what I mean? So that really started my curiosity, to be honest. And now here we are. And I think the cards are confirming it. So yeah, we're going to say conspiracy theory true. Oh my God. Oh, Michael spilling my tea. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, I love fashion. I love all those things. Drew Barrymore is such a trip. She is. I think she has a really good heart, but it's just funny to me how she does like have just no sense of boundaries. She's just like in people's laps when she's interviewing them. Couldn't be me with all my Virgo, but more power to her. Okay. So why don't we yeah, oh my God, yes, Alex, you just said the same thing. Totally. She gets in their laps. She does. So funny. Alex, wait, did you see The Devil Wears Prada yet? Number 2, did you get a chance? Okay. Let's talk about Anne Hathaway a little bit more. And then we're gonna pull some cards. We're already at 40 minutes. Man. Okay. If anybody is in here, I guess we could end with a couple of requests, right? I mean, why not? Okay, Michael. Okay, see, this is the difference between Michael and I. He is so good at like just talking about us and stuff. What's so weird about me, and I feel like it is my Aquarius rising. I swear that's what it's got to be. I will like not talk about it. I seem like I talk about myself a lot, but I kind of like won't talk about myself, which is so ironic because like I like making videos and stuff. Um, but yeah, thank you, Michael, for telling people about it. So we did win tickets to go to the Drew Barrymore show in person. We did go in person. The first time we were supposed to go, it got canceled. And then we ended up getting to go. It was raining at the time, so we were waiting in the rain. We were fully soaked because fun fact, you guys, they make you line up in the rain when you go to one of these shows if it's raining. You have to line up outside, basically, like rain, shine, whatever. We actually I actually also won tickets. I do win tickets to shows, which is that's nice. We also won tickets to the Colbert show one time, and we went to New York, and we were like, it was also like a trip for us, and we were we were gonna wait in the rain again, and then we were like, why don't we just not? So we didn't go. We declined. We were like, let's let somebody else go that would really want the tickets because I don't think that we have it in us to sit outside in the rain right now. Anyway, but we went. It was a trip. It was. She was a little different than I expected. She was nice and everything in person, and we got to sit in the front row, so we were, like, up close and personal, and, I don't know. What's Michael saying? We sat in the front row. I was worried she was going to get after Brit. What? Michael, what the uh, I know we did spend money on both, I know. We won them, but it was, like, in an auction, but for charity, we were doing something good. Alex says, "No, I didn't see it yet, but I've asked out on a movie date to go see it." Ooh, okay, it's gonna be such a good date night movie because it's so cutesy and there's, like, a little bit of love in there and a good story and things that you guys can, like, chat about. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Are you gonna, like, go, like, eat after or get, like, ice cream after or something so you can, like, talk about the movie? That's so fun. Alex, you have to let us know how the date went. So exciting. And how are you feeling with the Scorpio full moon? How's everybody feeling? Anybody feeling any changes? Anything different? Full circle? Lauren says, "Oh, I lined up in the rain with a coworker to get tickets to the Ellen DeGeneres Christmas getaway show and barely got in." So you know the plight. I mean, you got to work for those tickets a little bit, right? I'm glad you got in. I'm really glad you got in after waiting in the rain. Um, Yeah, no, it's so fun, Alex. I feel like that's such a good way to like bond and like, have something fun to talk about afterwards. And you guys can talk about the movie and like keeps the date fun and light. Ooh, have the best time. That is a good date night movie because it's like light and cute and fun and a little romantic. It's gonna be so good. Perfect movie for that. Okay. If anybody has any requests, let me know for celebrity requests. I'll take like, let's do like 3 of them because we're like 43 minutes in. I try to keep it to like, no more than an hour and a half, although sometimes you know, I was gonna say you and I, sometimes we will be on here for like maybe, 2, 3 hours, but it's in my second house. I was somewhat emotional earlier thinking about my past. Alex. Okay, big hug. Big hug for Alex. Oh my God. Sorry, that was about Michael, what Michael had to say. I'm gonna I'm gonna address that in a second. I have to finish talking to you, Alex, about your second house. Um, I totally get why you were feeling emotional and thinking about your past, because the second house can be like, our self-worth and it can have to do with our values and what we value and when we feel valued or don't feel valued. Yeah, I feel like the Scorpio full moon is here to like bring those things to light so that we can build on them. And the Scorpio full moon's always going to be a little bit bittersweet, I feel like. But I do have a members only and Patreon coming out tonight where I get into how it affects everyone based on your rising sign. So be sure to check that out. Hopefully it'll make you feel a lot better because there is an upside to this. The great thing about Scorpio energy is it is the Phoenix rising. So as long as we have awareness and we can tap in, we can use the feelings that come up to build and come back even stronger. Okay? So you're going to have that Phoenix rising moment. But that's good that you kind of felt it and processed it. I think that's important. Um okay, let's see. Michael said, now you guys, back to what Lawyer Mo just said. He said, "What about the Mummy? What about Mummy Babe or the Mummy? Good date night movie." Now, did anybody see the Mummy movie? Okay. So I was duped fully into seeing this movie. I have to be candid here, you guys. Gloves are coming off. So I loved the Mummy movies. And thank you, Michael, for bringing this up so I could speak about it on this platform. So I used to love like the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, like growing up. So good. So I was really excited because Michael was like, "Hey, there is a Mummy movie, a new one. Like, let's go see it." So we went and had a date night and we went to go see the movie. And pretty much midway through, I was like, "I want to leave right now. Like, can we go?" It was not like the other Mummy movies, you guys. So if you want to go see that movie, just be fully warned. It's more of like a gore and like I don't even know because it wasn't even scary. I didn't think. I thought it was just like gross and like appalling and horrible and like disturbing mentally. Like I hated it. I was like, I think honestly, I think it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sorry. I'm sure that also was partly because I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting like a Brendan Fraser kind of, because I didn't see the previews. So I was thinking it was going to be in that line of films, not just something that's like so grotesque and just like disgusting and disturbing and like the grandma, like I don't even want guys, it was horrible. I was so disturbed. I really couldn't fall asleep that night because I was just remembering some of the things that I saw. So unless you like love gross, scary type of stuff that's like so gross, like it's like disgusting. Like I'm talking bugs like going in places and coming out of people's bodies and stuff. Like if you like gross stuff like that, you're gonna love it. Amazing. If you don't, please be warned. Okay. I had to get that out. Thank you, Michael, for bringing this to our attention. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait, actually, it was a Scorpio moon in my second house since my second house is ruled by Scorpio? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So that was a full moon illuminating your second house, which has to do with your values, your value. And sometimes things can come up that, like, if you were feeling nostalgic, it can be, you can think about how you used to see things or things that happened in the past that maybe weren't so great or that were really special. And all of it is to sort of basically bring your awareness to the fact that everything has its time and its cycle. Scorpio being the Phoenix rising, having to do with death and rebirth, is all about like change and the cycles of our lives. And being aware of those cycles, is like a beautiful thing, right? Because it's great to remember all the good times and at the same time there's something kind of sad about time passing, right? So definitely it's like kind of it can be a heavier energy. Um but there is definitely a way to use it for Phoenix rising energy and to just have the appreciation of time's passage and then also to be more aware of, the time that we have left to spend and what we're going to do with it. And I feel like that's also part of Scorpio energy for us to take our lives seriously and to remember that our life is a gift, however we want to live it and use what we're given in this moment. It's like, it's a gift because we're here, So anyway, yeah, I could go on and on with my Scorpio moon and Venus, but that's kind of how I look at it. Okay, what are you guys saying? Sage says it's in my seventh house. Someone, wait, bailed on an agreement we had, and it was the final straw for me. That is very Scorpio full moon energy, Sage. Now I'm fully okay letting go of the relationship. Okay, good. You know what? Again, kind of a bittersweet thing, but at the same time, Now you know. Now you have the information. Everything is clear, brought into the light of day. Because the thing is with Scorpio energy, it's like that was going to be the case no matter what, right? That person is who they are, whether you know it or not. So the Scorpio full moon wants to help you by showing you. You know, it's like now that you see it, you can make different choices and you can act from a place of empowerment. So good for you, Sage. I'm sure that wasn't fun to find out, but honestly, like, good for you. Proud of you. That's not easy, but now you know you're going to move accordingly. Alex says, watch the trailer and it looked scary. I should have watched the trailer. Lawyer Moke, Brendan Fraser was definitely not in it. Yeah, this was not the mummy that we all know and love. Very gross, disgusting. Lauren says, oh no, why would they change the tone so much? I have no idea. Like, honestly, I think they should have just called it something else entirely. Like, it kind of reminded me, honestly, it was the same feeling that I had when I saw the Peaky Blinders movie. Anybody else? Anybody else watch Peaky Blinders on Netflix and then watch the movie and just had a feeling of rage fill their soul? No, I'm kidding. I'm being dramatic, but it was like that same feeling. Like, this doesn't even belong in the same grouping. This is something totally different. So that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know why they changed the tone so much. They should have just called it something else. I read about it afterwards because I was so disturbed. I was like, what did I just watch? And apparently the director of The Mummy, like the scary one that's out now, they were doing like a horror take on the franchise. It's like, oh my God. It's giving, you're trying to capitalize on The Mummy's good name to pull people in, and then you're tricking us into watching something horrific. And it wasn't, like, well written, you guys. It wasn't like it was this winding story. Oh my god. It was giving low effort. Okay. I could complain about it all night. Moving on. Oh my god. Okay. Alex says, "Sage and Sapphire, thank you, dear. I'm feeling better now." Oh, you guys are so sweet. Action adventure, definitely not right. Definitely not. Definitely not. You look beautiful. Oh my god, thank you so much. Abhor but Aporvesabness. I always try my best to say it right. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I really tried on the outfit. I was channeling it Devil Wears Prada too. Alex says, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I'm glad you're fully okay. Letting go now." Yes. And realize your true worth, putting up boundaries. This is all very Scorpio full moon energy, you guys. Can you give a reading on Luke Newton's current energy? Yes, we can. And so interesting reading about Anne Hathaway. Love your take on the current pop culture. Oh my God, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Can we check on Nick and Jake energy? Yes, we can. The Yeah, the Peaky Blinders movie was terrible. It was so bad. They Michael, they killed the character. Not the spoiler alert, but they really just like changed Tommy's whole vibe. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Not a fan. But definitely a huge fan of Peaky Blinders. We need to find a new show. We really do. Anne Hathaway has a lot of movies coming out this year. She does. Okay, on that note, Alex, so this Scorpio full moon, and like I said, I'm getting into it more in Patreon and members only. So if you really want to dive deep into it and you guys are already subscribed to those or you want to, we are doing that there tonight. But I am still gonna, spill a little of the tea for everybody because I think we all need to know. This is important info. So the Scorpio full moon, this one's very different. And I think it's because of Scorpio's association with Mars energy and kind of the close connection to Aries energy and the Aries stellium that we currently have, along with like Pluto and Aquarius. There's a lot. There's a lot of transformative fiery energy in the air, in the ether at this moment. So this full moon, I believe, is a very transformative full moon. It's like things are coming to light now, but the wheel is also turning, kind of like the card we got for Shakespeare. It's like what we're learning now and what we're doing now is also going to roll into a theme for all of us for the next 6 months. So with Anne Hathaway, yeah, I think her career is going to be on absolute fire, starting with this very public full moon premiere. I mean, the movie was finally widely released, Devil Wears Prada 2, on the Scorpio full moon. So I think that's so interesting. I think it's also interesting that she has a Scorpio stellium, so she's very connected with the date today. And then she has tons of previews. Like I saw tons of previews when we were watching the movie. So I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, Anne Hathaway's really having a huge moment in her career, and it's sort of just starting now. So we can expect to be able to use what we're learning now really for the next 6 months in a super strong way. So let's use it. We're learning stuff. Scorpio's helping us. We got this. What else? Mother Mary, yeah. The Odyssey movie. Oh, I didn't know about that. End of Oak Street. You're not kidding. Oh my god, that's so many more than I even knew, Alex. Wow. Yeah, she is on a hot streak. Okay, anything else we want to say about Anne Hathaway before we move on to pull the tarot cards for a couple of your requests before we go? Um, I also think it's interesting that she has Uranus and Neptune in her Sagittarius first house, meaning that she can sometimes surprise us and she can shift and change. I feel like Anne Hathaway has had many personalities. Remember that time period where there were what were they called? Like the haters or something? Like it was so bizarre. She went through a time period where people didn't like her. And then now it's like everyone loves her. And I feel like that's just something interesting about Uranus and Neptune in your first house. Like there can be surprising reversals and shifts and changes. And Neptune, it's like things can be sort of hidden from you, or people project things onto you. So I definitely think that society projects a lot onto Anne Hathaway. At one point people projected onto her everything they didn't like. And now I think we're projecting onto her things that we do like. So it's sort of a double-edged sword, but I'm glad that, it's working in her favor right now. Just a little interesting thought there. What else? What else? She has her North Node is in Cancer in the 8th house, another sign of a reincarnated love affair. Let's be honest. Cancer is loving and being loved, warmth. The North Node is what we are reaching for. Cancer is very lovey-dovey, and the 8th house is associated with, death, rebirth, transformation, similar to the 12th house themes. I don't know. It is giving reincarnated love if you have your North Node in the 8th house. You're here to love. Maybe they had it a little redo. Also, her 11th house, her dreams and wishes in this life is ruled by Libra, associated with Venus and love, Moon, Saturn, and Pluto. Pluto's association with Scorpio. Guys, yeah, she's the reincarnated Anne Hathaway. I'm sorry, but I have to say it loud and proud based on this birth chart. That is insane to me. But I love it. Okay, let's pull some cards for your requests. That was exciting. I fully enjoyed the conspiracy of it all. Let's see. The Verity movie 2. What? You guys, it's literally everything. How much money did Anne Hathaway just make? Oh my god. That's honestly wild, you guys. Her second house is ruled by Capricorn containing Mars. So she knows how to make money and work hard. Dang, Anne Hathaway. Holy smokes. All right, let's see. Alex, The Princess Diaries 3 is in pre-production. No way. I did not know that. Okay, I am so excited too now. Okay, well, I'm going to have to find an outfit for it. Like, that is another outfit-worthy movie. What? That is so exciting. Oh my god, I love The Princess Diaries. Guys, this feels so nostalgic. I love it. Fully leaning in. I'm good, Gunyar. How are you? Happy Scorpio full moon. Can we look at Nicola and Jake? Yes. Luke and Nicola, current and next month energies. Yes, let's do that. Yes, you definitely made the right choice then. Okay, let's see, you guys. Oh, about Sage. Yes, Sage agreed. You did make the right choice for sure. Okay, Nicola Coughlin and Luke Newton. We're going to do a little check-in for you guys. What is the vibe? Nicola Coughlin and Luke Newton currently. What is their vibe? What's going on between those two? Four of Swords, a period of healing. Interesting. Why would they need to heal? We did get some weird cards before, you guys, that they were sort of not doing, or they weren't as close. I would think they're going through some sort of healing. Okay, let's get a card for Nicola Coughlin currently. Just whatever wants to come through for her. Ooh, the 7 of Wands, but in reverse. She is, she's doing her thing. She's here. She's a fighter. We know that about Nicola. She is somebody who has a lot of confidence, a lot of earth sign energy. I just got goosebumps, so confirmation. She is here to live her life, and she's not going to back down. In the reverse, the 7 of Wands basically means that she fights for things by embodying what it is that she wants. She feels like she is her only competition, so she doesn't outwardly fight against people, although this indicates that there are a lot of rivals around her right now. So it's like she's not participating in fighting, but there are people around her right now that would like to compete with her. And because we're doing a reading about Luke, I mean, for those of you that are of the belief that there's still a little something, something between Luke Newton and Nicola Coughlin, this would be allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, an indication that yes, 7 wands here. This is fiery passion, but in reverse, this is basically her saying, like, I have self worth, though I'm not going to compete for someone else. I may have these feelings, there may be this chemistry, but the last thing I'm going to do is compete with somebody else for this. It's like kind of acknowledging the passion, but, she has her own sense of self, a lot of pride. She's not going to compete with somebody or try to get in between a relationship that's already happening. But that's interesting that came through, to be honest. Okay, what about how Luke Newton feels towards Nicola Coughlin, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only? Yes, Sage. Glad the Scorpio moon is showing us what's lying beneath the surface. It really is. And it can be, I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat it. One thing that you can't do during a Scorpio full moon is sugarcoat anything. Um, and that's kind of the gift, right? Even though it can feel like the curse, it is the gift. Um, and it shows us things that we are strong enough to handle, even if it's painful or difficult at the time. So it's like we just have to move through it. I personally found that a couple days before the full moon were a little bit tough. And then actually today, you know, during the full moon, I was having a phone conversation with the woman I told you guys about who gave me clarity and like was telling me behind the scenes things that like I really needed to know to have an understanding of what we're up against and what's working and what's not working. Um, so I had like a real breakthrough illumination moment. But in the couple days prior, I mean, I was like in tears, like learning some stuff that was just breaking my heart. And like I was like going through it. I guess I didn't tell you guys that at first when you asked the private Scorpio vibes in my chart. But yeah, so I feel like today a sense of relief and a breakthrough moment. So I hope you guys are feeling that too. And if you're not feeling it strongly yet, just know in the next couple of days, we're going to be moving through it. We're going to go from, you know, Scorpio always does this. Like, you go down, and then you come up like the Phoenix rising. So we're going to be rising back up. So don't worry. It's going to happen if you're not feeling it yet. It will, I promise. Every time. It happens every time. Always comes back up. Like as strong, if not stronger than before. Okay. Let's see. What else? So Luke Newton's energy, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Hey, Leora, how's it going? Happy Scorpio full moon. How are you doing? Leora, I know you've seen Devil Wears Prada too. Ooh, of course you can. Of course you can, Lauren. Can we ask if Jake's friends have any selfish intentions towards Nicola? Why not? Let's ask it. Let's get a little messy today. Aw. Thanks, Sage. You're so sweet. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Luke's energy, allegedly. Oh, the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, feeling blocked when it comes to his love life. Feeling like things are not going the way that he expected definitely having some issues in love. Feeling like there may have been, I mean, if this is towards Nicola, like you guys requested, oh, this is so messy. This is like, I could see us together, but it's not happening. Or, there is that potential, but we're not acting on it. So, yeah, I mean, this is and I just got goosebumps. So, for everybody who's of the theory that there could be feelings there, I mean, this reading would definitely indicate that. But no one's acting on those feelings. Everyone's keeping it respectful. And most importantly, everyone is Four of Swords doing some much needed healing. So, as usual, these two are just healing, but they are being like upstanding. They're not the type of people that we see with a lot of actors where if things go on behind the scenes, there's cheating on spouses and stuff like that. I will say these two, every time we read them, very respectful, very upfront. Um, I think they're doing things the right way, but there might be a little bit of inner conflict, allegedly. It's kind of that battle between their heart and their head. I haven't seen it yet. I've been on the road, but can't wait to see it. Oh, yeah, Leora, I saw you posted that you were like going on an influencer trip or something, or a brand trip. Sorry, I think it was like a beauty brand trip. Is that what you were on the road for? We've been having fun. Anything to share? I know you're always doing something exciting. Okay, let's see. Can we ask if Jake's friends have any selfish intentions towards Nicola? Okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Leora, once you see Devil Wears Prada 2, I mean, we have to have a phone call catch up anyway, but we definitely need to catch up and talk about that as well as life. I want to hear your thoughts. I think you're really going to resonate with it because, everything with career and all, like, I was like, oh my God, I can totally relate. And it was so good. I'm at the Derby. Oh my gosh, yes. You were talking about your hat and everything last time. Okay, I have to go stalk your Instagram later. I want to see all the photos. I want to see your outfits. I want to see the hat. Oh, how fun. I hope you're having the best time. Okay. Can we ask about Britney Spears leaving rehab? Okay, yeah, let's do that one right after we do Jake. Because I saw that too, Alex, and I was like, what's going on? It's concerning, right? Okay. Jake's friends, do they have any like negative intentions for Nicola? Someone wanted to know. The strength card. I would say no. So the strength card is more of like, when we're asking about this would be more of an energy of someone looking up to somebody else. Like, wow, this person's really strong. I kind of want to I want to be like them. I want to emulate them. Also, lions are associated with pack energy. So this would be like surrounding yourself with people who are generous, even if they are associated with the lion energy or the Leo energy, like even if it's like actors who love the spotlight, being represented by the strength card is like very positive Leo energy. So maybe they love the spotlight, but they also are very loyal. And I think they look up to her. So I would say no negative intentions there. I think that it's actually, you know, loyal people that you can really trust. So that's good. I think that's a really good thing. Okay, now let's see. All right. Britney Spears leaving rehab. Also, she was charged with a DUI and is expected to take a plea deal. Okay, so I saw that allegedly Britney Spears left rehab early, and people were saying that I guess it was expected that she may stay longer, like maybe do like a 90 days or something. I think she was only there for like 2 weeks. So let's just see, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, what is Britney Spears' current, state of mind? How is she doing? How is Britney Spears doing? Allegedly. Oh, yes. Gunyar, yes. We can circle back to that with Nicola and Jake. Okay, let me see. Britney Spears. Ooh, they're starting to snap around. So I think we're tapping in. Okay. So we have the Queen of Pentacles here. It came through in reverse. I'm feeling a little bit torn about what this might mean. So I'm going to say, even if some of my cards are coming through upside down, I'm going to set the intention right now before I pull a card that we're going to read them all as right side up. So let's clarify this Queen of Pentacles energy for Britney Spears. Like, what's going on with her? Okay, the Ace of Swords, of victory. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. You mentioned Alex that she's like maybe going to take a plea deal. This would be absolutely yes. Whatever she ends up, absolutely yes. Whatever she ends up doing, there's going to be a victory in it for her. And the Queen of Pentacles basically is referring to the fact that she has money, came through in reverse. So this might mean that she's spending a lot of money. I do think that she's going to have great lawyers. And I think she's going to be able to, yeah, I just got goosebumps. So confirming. I think she has great lawyers, and I think that whatever she does legally, swords can also be associated with the law, communication, messages. I think that she's going to be able to handle it. So if there's a plea deal and it's a good offer, yes, she very well may take it, but she's going to come out of this victorious. I think she's going to be okay. She's going to be fine. Now, behind the scenes, you know, hopefully she's also doing some much needed healing, but this is basically saying that Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, she's going to have the money to win or have the outcome that she would like. So there's that. Anything else about Britney Spears before we move on? Apparently 18 days. That's how long she was in there. Okay. Well, oh my God, Babalu, stop. Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson reunited. I feel like that's like a fever dream. Is it going to last? Oh my God, we definitely have to pull cards on that. Leora says, my heart always feels heavy for Britney Spears, but I hope she's okay behind the scenes too. Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way. Like, I always feel sad. Sorry. Okay, so you guys, I've told you this before. I was talking to my friend Danielle about this too when I was in Dallas visiting because we did a few tarot readings. We like stayed up late and we're like doing tarot readings and stuff when I went to visit. But I like it was late, but at the same time, whenever we were talking about something more negative, I would like yawn. And I've seen other tarot readers do this. And I don't know if any of you guys read tarot, do y'all ever feel like when you tap into like a negative energy that you yawn? Just so curious. I'm so curious. Anyway, so I feel like when I yawned, I was like thinking of Britney Spears and like the heavy negative energy, and it kind of made me do that because according to some tarot readers, that is a way that your body will like let go of negative energy. Anyway, I think it could be true. All right. So anything else about Britney? See? Every time I think of her, I yawn. I think there is something to that theory. And I hate that that's true because then that means that like there is bad energy around her or she's just struggling. She's struggling, I think. Okay. So we do have the 3 of cups. I like this because this means that there are people around her that I mean, I don't love the cups. I like the cheesecake and I like that she has people around her because to me this is like people who want good things for her, but I do think she has to be careful that she's not around people who drink too much. I mean, if you look at it, these all these people have like these chalices, they're holding them up with wine and they're eating cheesecake. So I just think she has to be careful of who she surrounds herself with. I think these people are genuinely like wanting her to be happy, but they may have a lifestyle that is not conducive for her to get better. I think if you're having drinking issues, you have to be really careful being around 3 of cups type people. Like maybe go to lunch with them instead of going to a cocktail party with them. It's like I think she needs to be careful, I guess, about who she hangs out with. Now, on the bright side, we're not getting swords. Like, I don't think these people have bad intentions for like people in the past. So that's good. She just has to really be careful. I think she has a lot of temptations around her. It's heavy. It's a little heavy. So we're gonna just send her love and hopefully she continues to heal and get better. And this was like a wake-up call for her so that she can, just get her life back on track. So that's sad. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Did they really? Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Joshua Jackson. And Katie Holmes. Is this really true? Has anybody else heard about this? Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson. I have not heard that. I believe you though, Babalu. You know what? Let's pull it. Okay, I want to take upright cards only, please, so we can get straightforward answers. Joshua Jackson and Katie Holmes, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. First of all, what's the energy between them? Let's not assume anything. Okay, let's start with how Joshua Jackson allegedly feels towards Katie Holmes. Okay, how does Joshua Jackson allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, feel towards Katie Holmes? Oh, I said let's only take upright cards. The Ace of Cups, my cup runneth over. Oh my God. Well, there's a lot of love there. My cup runneth over with love. So it's a positive feeling. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily romantic love, but this is love for sure. So I would say Joshua Jackson really does have a lot of love for Katie Holmes, a lot of positive feelings. My cup runneth over. This is like someone you think about and it just fills your heart with joy. So that's really sweet. Okay, I love that. What about Katie Holmes? How does she allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, feel towards Joshua Jackson? Pablo says, unsure. Seems to be just gossip, but people keep talking about their chemistry. I mean, with the Ace of Cups, okay, this one popped up. We're going to take it. Ooh, the Hermit. Interesting. So for her to have the Hermit energy, this is like spending time alone, thinking, trying to find your inner light. Interesting. Let's get a clarifier there. I wonder why she feels that way when she thinks about Joshua Jackson, allegedly. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is another card of self-sufficiency, but this is like more joyful. So I think Katie Holmes is in a place where right now it's like she's found her peace. She's like, I have my peace, like I have everything I need, my Nine of Pentacles. Like I have my money. I have my, beautiful home. Like I could sit in my backyard and drink my little mimosa and, build my own life and build my day around what I want to do. This is someone who's really happy doing what they're already doing. And then the Hermit card, I mean, it's so funny to me. They both have like a similar energy. It's just being expressed differently. So it's like this is her during the daytime. And then this is her also at the same time having time to think. And Hermit energy can be, being in a place where you're kind of figuring out your next moves or you're going through some sort of transformation, getting more in touch with your deeper self, what you want out of life. And, having this space for yourself though. Um, What's interesting is when I asked about how she feels towards him, we just got cards about how she feels about herself. So I think that she is in an energy where she's not necessarily looking to date or get into a relationship, but I do get that she's like happy. So I don't think it's like anything negative associated with that. I think she's just really in a good place and wants to experience more of life on her own terms. And for him, I think that if the situation were to present itself where she were to be like, I want to date you or give things a chance, with the Ace of Cups, I think that he would be game for it. Like, so the ball's in her court. And I think that she's really enjoying her life. So yes, I would believe that there's chemistry there, especially from his side with the Ace of Cups. But she's just in a really good, positive, confident place. So I guess it's kind of up to her. We'll see. But good for her, living her life, doing her thing. I think she wants to keep her life uncomplicated at the moment, really enjoying herself. So that's nice. Lauren says Katie and Joshua together would be a teen dream come true. I know, wouldn't it be the most fun, like nostalgic blast from the past? I love it. Alex says, yes, exactly. Stay away from those who drink and surround herself with. Yeah, she needs to be really careful right now. We're talking about Britney Spears, you guys. She definitely does need to be careful about the company she keeps. Hopefully, her son spend more time with her. Yeah, I do think that's good for her with her North Node in Cancer. Sending her lots of healing. Yes. Oh my God, agreed. We love you, Britney Spears. Yeah, we do. Sending her so much love and healing. Bablu says friend zone. That is kind of the friend zone, isn't it? Totally. Yeah. Well said. That was a reading about being friend zoned. Okay. Gunnar says, Britt, can we also look at Nicola and Jake? current and next 6 months energies towards each other. Yes, let's do it. Okay. And then it is getting late here, and we're at the 1 hour, 19-minute mark. Time flies when we're hanging out. So I'm going to end on this one. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys back in another couple days or so. We'll do another live stream really soon. I kind of just love these live streams. It's so fun to just like get on here, chit chat. And there's so much like celebrity tea that came through this week. I feel like we need another live stream like immediately. Like Megan Thee Stallion. Some things are going on with Taylor Swift and Maddie Healy. Like there's just a lot of gossip out there, a lot of hot goss that broke this week. But in light of the Scorpio full moon, I thought it was important for us to do like a kind of a slightly spooky-ish Scorpio coded reading on Anne Hathaway and Shakespeare and all that. Okay. So let's see. What's the energy? See you next tea time. Bye, Leora. See you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Nicola hosted SNL UK recently and posted hugging Jake photos. Oh, in the SNL UK dump post, everyone liked her hosting performance. Oh my God. I bet she was so good. I want to see if I can watch that on YouTube. Okay. Nicola and Jake. So current energy, Nicola and Jake. How does Nicola feel towards Jake? Allegedly. Okay. We have the 3 of Pentacles. She enjoys working with him. She really does. She enjoys working with him. This is being able to be creative with somebody. They may even be working on a project together behind the scenes. But with the 3 of Pentacles, this definitely would be something that they would be like raising funding for. Maybe they're producing a film together, or a short film, or writing a pilot, something like that. Oh my God. You're so welcome, Alex. Thank you for hanging out and spilling the tea. Okay. And let's see. Let's see. I guess we could do next 6 months. Nicola towards Jake. 8 of Wands, a little bit up in the air. Things moving quickly, but we're not quite sure what direction they're moving in. Might get a little chaotic in the next 6 months, but there is still passion there for her towards him. Just like, where will things land is going to be the question in the next 6 months. Where will things land? Okay. Night Sage. Sweet dreams, you guys. Everybody get your rest. The Scorpio full moon had a lot of energy. So everybody just get a good night's sleep. You're going to feel so energized in the morning. Tomorrow, we rise like the phoenix. Aw, thanks for being here, you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Sending you all big hugs. Okay, what about Jake? How does Jake feel towards Nicola? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. How does Jake feel? Oh, the 8 of Swords, a little bit trapped, allegedly, a little bit trapped. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Oh my God. Chrissy says, thanks, Britt. By the way, you look really good. You guys, thank you so much. You flatter me. See, it's because my Venus is in Scorpio. I'm telling you, I'm getting all the compliments because the Scorpio full moon is tapping up against my Venus sign. So I appreciate it and I shall accept it. I shall soak it in. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate it. Oh my God, the whole thing. So I was thinking next 6 months. Next 6 months, no wonder it's 8 of Wands. I think the next 6 months, it's going to be a little chaotic for them. Not quite sure why, but a lot of change in their relationship. The World card, what goes up must come down. Justice, rebalancing the relationship, a little bit of disappointment. 4 of Pentacles. I mean, it seems like he's having a lot of thoughts and feelings in the next 6 months. One more for Jake. Oh, this one wanted to come through. 4 of Pentacles comes up again. Yeah, I just think that there might be a difference in, I don't know, I kind of hate to say this, but there can be some instability. Let's say that. There can be a little bit of instability and some preoccupation with needing to make money and support yourself. And that can be a real thing, especially for actors. That can be super difficult. So I just feel like he might be experiencing some stress in that department in the next 6 months. And that could maybe be affecting where he moves to. Like maybe he's going to be trying to get a job somewhere else. But with the 8 of Wands for her, I do feel like things are going to be up in the air for them in some way. And I do think it's associated with some changes going on in Jake's life and them trying to figure out how to navigate it and if they can. So Lucas breaking up the next 6 months. It makes sense. Okay, so there we go, guys. There we go. That could be that is the speculation, and that could be what ends up happening. And it's the truth. You do look damn good. Oh my God, you guys. Alex, that is so sweet. All right. I'm going to take these compliments. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to take them with me. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. That is so kind. Lauren says, oof, trapped. Trapped. Love the outfit. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, I love you. And now that y'all have just totally pumped me up, I am gonna skip into the distance to put my pajamas on. But thank you guys so much. Love y'all. Give you the biggest hug. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This was so much fun. I love chit-chatting with you guys. And like I said, there was so much tarot tea that just was coming through. I like emailed myself tons of topics. So we'll have to pop back on here. Maybe later in the evening after everybody's done with their Mother's Day celebrations on Sunday. I don't know. Let me know. That might be a tough day for people, but we'll see. Maybe Sunday or Monday, we will in the evening, we'll spill some more tea because we got a lot. So love you. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. Sending y'all a big hug. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense, doesn't it, Lauren? When you're in a different place in your life, it can just create some challenges. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. And be sure to check out the Patreon and members only like late tonight or early morning. So actually I lied. I'm going to upload that before I skip into my pajamas. But okay. Bye guys. Talk to you soon.